Hello children, I hope all of you have gone through my previous video where I have explained the meaning of manufacturing industries, and I have tried to explain the importance of manufacturing industries in any economy. Now let me see what your book has to say regarding the importance of manufacturing industries. Now, in case of importance of manufacturing industries, the first thing that your book says is the manufacturing industries helps to modernize agriculture. Now, agriculture sector is the backbone of the economy because previously almost 80% of Indian population were engaged in agriculture, and they used to produce as well as they used to sell in the market. Whatever surplus produce were there, it was sold in the market. And as 80% population was there engaged, that means the maximum share of population was engaged only in agricultural sector. And in the past, children, we had minimum industries. We almost had no industries as well. So the population was only based on agriculture. Gradually, as the industries started opening up, people got employment in the industries, and therefore the people got engaged or people got jobs in the secondary sector and the tertiary sector, which is the service sector, because some people were engaged in transportation of the raw material as well as the finished product. There were some people who were engaged in funding the industries, like for example the investors, the bankers, the insurance companies. They all come in the tertiary sector. So as manufacturing industries developed, they supported the agricultural sector by providing them with modern inputs like for example chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and of course the machineries were produced. They greatly helped in increasing the productivity of agricultural sector, and also it helped to reduce the total load on the agricultural sector only. There was lot of diversion of the people from the agricultural sector to the secondary and tertiary sector, and now the dependence on agricultural sector has been reduced to a great extent. Now, the second point that your book explains is that industrial development is a precondition for eradication of unemployment and poverty from our country. It's a very noted fact. When the industries will develop, the people will get employment, and when you are employed, you earn money. So, employment reduction and employment generation and poverty reduction are interrelated. So when industrial development has taken place, it will obviously reduce unemployment. So it will generate employment. Reduce unemployment means it will generate employment, and obviously it will eradicate, that is remove poverty. So in our country, you all know children, there is a public sector. The public sector are the organizations which are owned by the government. So our government has tried its level best that the industries that they are opening, or they are opening in combination with the private sector, which is known as joint sector, all these industries must be located in the areas which is to a certain extent backward. This our government wanted for solving two problems. One is for reduction of uh, poverty and development of infrastructure in the backward areas of the country. Obviously, employment generation is there, and employment generation and reduction of poverty is a combined point. Along with that, whenever any industry is set up, it will lead to the development of infrastructure in a particular area, like road will be constructed, houses will be built, electricity connection, water connection, everything will be there. Slowly and slowly people will start settling in the backward areas, and schools and colleges will also open up. Educational centers, institutions will come up for the education of the children, and this will greatly help to remove the regional disparity or regional disbalance in the economy. So for the government, profit maximization is not the main motive. The government wants the development of the country, and the development must be in such a way so that none of the areas remain backward and some of the areas become very advanced. No, that is not the motive of the government. The government wants balanced regional development, and for that reason itself, the government opens industries in the backward areas so that there is no regional disparity. Disparity means difference in the country. The third point that is explained here is, of course, whenever there is export of the manufactured goods, it will help to develop trade and commerce, and the export of the commodities will bring in foreign exchange for the country. And when we earn foreign exchange, we have more profit, we earn more. Always the country's export must be more than the import. Now, the next point that your book explains is that the countries that transform their raw material into a wide variety of finished products will always be prosperous. Now, this sentence means that a country which produces much more finer and sophisticated commodities, the finest commodities will fetch the highest price. So, the countries which processes the raw material and produces the finer quality goods will always ask for higher price, and so they will be prosperous. And not only it is necessary to produce a better quality product, it is also necessary to diversify the product. Diversify means to bring variety in the product. Like, for example, children, when this Maggi company started marketing its products, first it started with this 2-minute noodles. And this 2-minute noodles, children, became very famous. It was very much easy to prepare snacks, and the flavor attracted the children. So very soon it captured the market. But what happened? There came in several competitors, because many other companies also saw that if they also sell this 2-minute Maggi noodles, or like the other products like Top Ramen and many other products are there, children. You all know the names better because you all consume them. So very soon the competitors came in. So now what this Maggi company, they started doing, they started preparing other products. Like they started preparing this tomato sauce, and even in the tomato sauce they started putting in different flavors. like hot and sweet or hot and tangy. In this way, by giving different names, they started preparing tomato sauce. After preparing tomato sauce, they started also preparing this masalas, magic masala. They started preparing this different kinds of bhuna masala, and in this way, children, they saw that if they remain confined only to preparing this Maggi noodles, then very soon their market will be occupied by other companies. So they started diversifying their products. Diversifying is necessary in order to remain in the market for a longer duration and offer competition. So countries that transform their raw material into wide variety of furnished goods of higher value are prosperous. Like for example, children, simply cotton is cheaper than thread, thread is cheaper than cloth, and a finished garment will always be costlier than the same value of cotton or thread or cloth. So the more and more you process the goods become costlier. Similarly, children, the more and more a company diversifies the products, the manufacturing industries will have a better survival rate in the market. So these are the main manufacturing industries important discussed in the book. Now, we all know, children, that agriculture is in the primary sector, industry in the secondary sector. But both of them are like the two sides of a coin. They move hand in hand. Like for example, there are many agro-based industries, means there are many industries which are processing the products that grow in the agricultural fields. Like for example, the cotton textile industry, the jute textile industry, they take raw material from agricultural fields. Similarly, all the food processing industries, like the masalas that we are eating, the oil that we are consuming in food, even children, like sugar, tea, coffee, cocoa, all these products are grown in the agricultural fields and then they are processed in the industries before reaching us. So the agro-based industries like encourage the agricultural sector by buying their product. Similarly, agricultural sector also prospers by selling their products to the industry. And on the other hand, children, the industries also, they sell their pesticides, their chemicals, all the different machineries like irrigation pumps, the plastic PVC pipes, or the huge tractors, harvesters, threshers, all of them are sold to the farmers. Of course, in our country, there are poor farmers who cannot achieve, who cannot in fact, afford them. But at the same time, children, there are also some richer farmers who are buying the products and they are supporting the industries. So, development in the industrial sector and competitiveness in the industrial sector is also assisted by the agricultural sector, and this has played a very important role. It has supported their production of the industrial sector very efficiently. Now, in the present day, children, in the present day world of globalization, our industry needs to be much more developed, much more advanced, and much more competitive. Simply producing in the country is not enough. Just like in the agricultural chapter, children, agriculture chapter, you have studied that our farmers need to compete with the global farmers and compete and survive in the world market. Similarly, our industrial sector has to be competitive in the world market. Our products must be at par with the other companies in the world. Simply being self-sufficient in the country is not enough. Our manufactured good must be at par with those which are produced and are available in the international market, and then only we will be able to survive in the international market. So our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is trying to make the slogan Make in India popular, and he is trying to not only make it popular but also make our goods popular in the world market. And India is also being seen now as a very important center for investment by different world countries. So children, I have completed the first page of manufacturing industries. I hope you will understand it better when you will go through your chapter, and be prepared with the at least with the first page of your chapter. Thank you children. Have a nice day. Study well. We have already started with the second part of your session. I hope children you will do very well in this part as well.